Hi, this is Sir David the Bard, and if you follow me, you're going straight to hell. There's no doubt about that. I'm playing with the YouTube. I don't know all these things that I can put an introduction on and a closing. I haven't figured out how to put pictures on because they're not videos. And it says this is how you do it, and I go over there. I don't know how to do it. But anyway, I'm having fun and probably just bugging the hell out of you guys because I have dual videos. Some of them have an opening, some have a closing, and it takes me an hour or two up here to close one down, put the the trailers on it, and one man band ain't the word for it. Now let me do a couple of things here. Okay, first of all, I'm going to show the back of this envelope. Can you see that? Yes, pink envelope. There is a wonderful lady and I'm going to keep things confidential because that's what most of you want. And most of you probably wanted down at the post office where your pictures are. But anyway, this beautiful lady sent my little Allison a money order to put into the funds for the Filipino kids. Now, I started this video at 12:01. So the world isn't going to end on the 21st. Today, at this moment, is the 22nd. And my world could end at any moment with quad bypass surgery, and I'm aware of that. And I ain't afraid of that. So anyway, thank you for the nice lady that sent the donation here. And we have a post office box that you can donate to that way with a money order. Put a $100 bill in there. I don't care. I really don't. I'm just having a great time. We took in today $135. Man, this is big money in the Philippines. So I'm so proud of you people. I really am. That as big-hearted Americans, you're willing to put $5, $10, $50, and my record is $100. And a guy called in and said, well, or didn't call in, he wrote in and said, well, I won a prize. What is it? And I said, you can be number one at 101. I don't think he will be, but anyway, that's a piece of the information. And thank you. The world did not end. And Allison's in bed, so I'm safe. I'm safe. Let me blow on the microphone. Now, I assume it's working. My manager, editor, made a beautiful little picture of the Philippines, and I put it in front of Allison's picture. So look at that, enjoy that, and watch my child beg for money. So anyway, I constantly update. When you go to the New Caribou site on YouTube, the main page, it shows how much money has come in on this drive, how much rice that will buy in pounds, and I'm waiting feedback from the Philippine man. He hasn't written me today, and he's probably, if I know him, he's probably delivering today and tomorrow, and then he'll write me and say, I don't have any money. And that's great, because we have enough to send him 2 more $125 bags of rice, which is, I forget if it's 3, 4, 5, I don't know, 50 pounds. So, anyway, here's my next, there were so many weenie out of the pants stories today. I just couldn't do them, folks. I think there should be a federal law, similar to the polygamy law, that you will, let me see this. Anyway, castrate all the men in Utah. That will make the children safe. Now, let me give you this one, okay? I'll have to do a separate video. This is on KSL, which is owned by the Mormon Church, and it's tonight. It came out the day the world ended here, and it says, kidnapped LDS sister missionaries freed in Guatemala. Jesus. Send your child on a Mormon mission to Guatemala, and they'll get every disease in the world and kidnapped. This is a piece of good news, if you can believe it. My kids were always, when I was in the Philippines with my Filipino children, they had American father. We were always at risk of the kids being ransomed. Well, Now, here's what's so funny. Let me read this to you. Okay, Mesa, Arizona. Rodrigo Trevina. Now, I don't want to say he's illegal, but he certainly has, a name that could be illegal. Was informed Tuesday morning by his LDS bishop that his missionary daughter, Sarah Catherine Trevino, had been kidnapped in Guatemala. Can you imagine? God dang. I couldn't imagine the bishop calling me after I sent a child on a mission and they're wearing their garments and everything is cool, and he calls and says, "We can't find your daughter. She's left with 3 men." Jeez. The Mormons, the Amish don't get kidnapped, the Quakers don't get kidnapped, but the Mormons do. Okay, they were held in this town by 3 men. 3 kidnappers were captured at the time, and then the daughter was freed. I told her to come home, and she says, "No, I want to stay here." She likes those Latin men, I think. So, anyway, Rodrigo Trevino said the 2 women were not harmed by their captors, which is wonderful, and were brave throughout the ordeal. Now, let's say they weren't. Let's say that they fell on the ground and rolled and threw their garments up to the guys and said, "We're dead women walking." Do you think that the Salt Lake Desert News is going to report that? Do you think they might sanitize this a little bit? Do you think that basically some of this is not true? Well, let me read you some more. You decide. It's your life. You decide. The father said they never cried. They never cried. I have 9 girls, okay, and I've been married 5 or 6 times. And let me tell you, a girl cries when you give her a flower. You grab her ass and take her to a strange place for 3 damn days. She's probably going to weep a little bit, so this is probably a lie. They never broke down. Well, they weren't tortured either, I guess. And they even managed to share some of the LDS missionary teachings with their captives. That's why they released them, folks. When the captors found out what these girls were doing for a living, and they had to read the Book of Mormon, and they had to promise to give 10% of their income to this church for the rest of their life, they let the girls go. We should capture other Americans. And I think they asked, I read another article on this, but the KSL Desert News, it filters and it adds to. It's not true. When KSL News produces, it's always cult shit. So they didn't break down, and they made the guys listen to the first 2 or 3 lessons of the missionary, and the leader said, "Screw it, you girls can go, and we're just going to sit here and let them capture us. It's better than sitting and listening to the Mormon missionaries." So anyway, she wanted to stay, and the church, in part, praising the diligent efforts of those involved in getting them back, which is great. I don't want them to be hurt over there. I just think it's stupid to send them. We're grateful for the safe return. Most realize, okay, now see, they're sanitizing this. I usually read 2 or 3 articles from different papers. So when I report it to you, I try to get it as true as I can. Okay. The other article said that they asked for $5 million, the captors, for the return of the missionaries. The Mormon church goes, "We don't give money for anything, kill them." And then the girls said, "Hell, let's just teach them. They may throw us out of here." And they did. And the guys didn't even run away. They just sat in the house and waited for the police to go. Jail is better than what we've been through. Don't grab missionary girls from the United States of America. So anyway, you can't believe everything the Desert News puts out, because it's not true. It's just plain not true. So, yeah, I never told you. I read a little bit. Now, I read once or twice a week, not in Arabic. It's translated. I go on to CNN, and it'll Arabic into to English, and also Asia and a couple of other papers. And then I always use the Desert News. I always use the Tribune, Salt Lake Tribune, and the Provo Daily Herald. And tonight the Provo Daily Herald had two weenie out of the pants stories. Merry Christmas to Utah. Do they have Christmas trees at Point of the Mountain Prison? I don't know. Do they have R-rated movies? I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to report on these two girls that tortured these two men. The two men, or three men that captured them, are now pressing criminal charges for having to listen to them. How to get rid of Mormon missionaries? Capture them. They'll leave. And they don't cry. They don't weep. They just start talking about the Mormon church and Joseph Smith, the pedophile. So anyway, there's the end of my story. Here it is. What is it? 12:12, and I didn't die. I could at any moment, but I wanted to report, first of all, the pink envelope lady that Allison got it, and she was so excited. I'll take that down tomorrow and put it into Wells Fargo Bank. So, be careful of your kids on missions. Make sure they're really obnoxious. And if they get captured, just have them read the Book of Mormon. Their captors will say, "Get the hell out of here. God, we've made a terrible mistake." So anyway, there's my story for tonight. If you can donate 1, 5, 10, 20. One guy did a 50, one guy did 100, and it's just wonderful. You're all coming in for a little bit of Christmas for these Filipino kids. So Allison and I will be doing another commercial tomorrow. She is so excited to go on again. So this time I'll let you see her personality. She's as sweet as can be. So if you can help, send it in. And you'll see the receipts, you'll see the kids, you'll see barred rice going into the food chain and into the Filipino children. Thank you very much. You guys have a good night, and I'm glad I'm not glad the world didn't end. Frankly, bipolar people, we would have preferred it to end. We got to stay down here with you guys the next, who knows, 1 year, 2 years. I pray to your Jesus every day, take me, take me and put me in outer darkness. I have solar flashlights for outer darkness. I'm not afraid. Thanks.